You know him as the Black Beast and the man who coined the phrase, "my balls is hot." But what you may not know about Derek's path to the UFC is that it all began with an encounter with a KKK member. According to Derek, shortly after graduating high school, he'd been out drinking and found himself in a sticky situation. He came face to face with a shotgun-wielding KKK member who called him a slur. And instead of running away like I would have, he decided to beat the racism straight out of him, causing what was reported as serious bodily harm. He didn't know it at the time, but soon he'd be beating people's ass for a living. The altercation would lead to Lewis getting 2 years of probation for aggravated assault, which he would end up violating because he couldn't afford to pay the fines against him. As a result of violating his probation, he was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. While this wasn't an ideal scenario, Derek looks back on his time in prison as the true turning point in his life. After serving his time, he became a truck driver and took up MMA as a hobby until he was eventually noticed by boxing legend George Foreman, who took him under his wing. Today, Derek's one of the legendary knockout artists in UFC history.